I think that you should let it burn. Just in case I need to refresh y'all memory. Let's take a look at this.
A few moments later.
It's gonna hurt for me to say this, but it's coming from my heart. It's been a long time coming, and we done been fell apart. I really wanna work this out, but I don't think it's gonna change. I do, but you don't. Think it's best we go our separate ways. And tell me why I should stay in this relationship when I'm hurt. And baby, I ain't happy, baby. Plus so many other things I gotta deal with.
You can go anywhere to get the lies, but I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA. And all this man wanted to know is, why is my baby mama of my 4-month-old son on stage acting like this? And you know what he should do? He should let it burn. Man, she ain't nobody. Matter of fact, ain't now one of you women nobody, man. A woman is only as good as what she contribute to your life. I don't give a damn how beautiful she is. I don't care about how fine she is. I don't care about none of that. I don't even care how much money she got. The only thing that matters is what she contributes to your life. If all that money, if she ain't contributing into your life with all that money, then what's the purpose in it? How is it benefiting you if she ain't contributing into your life? You got to understand, man. Listen. All women overvalue themselves while they're in their primes and in a position to exercise their options. She values herself now. She's still in her prime, whether you like the way she looks or not. And I mean, she ain't an ugly girl. I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw her without makeup on, and it's a lot less impressive. But she overvalues herself because she's in a prime. She feels like, I'm good now. I'm Keke Palmer. I could do this. Yeah, you could do that. Keep doing what you're doing. But here's the problem. Every time you act out like this in public, no real man is going to deal with you. And so all she's going to do is have a bunch of beta male simp manginas and a bunch of dudes who will just knock her down and keep moving. But that's what modern women want. They just want to get out here and play the game. They don't care about winning. They don't care about losing. They just want to play the game because they don't think they can lose.
Hold men to traditional standards, not be traditional themselves, and then expect a man to pay full price for a depreciating asset. I'm going to say that again. You cannot be non-traditional women and want the man to be traditional on his side and pay full price for a depreciating asset that isn't traditional on his end. Because whether women want to accept it or not, the reason why men were traditional and chivalrous was because women were virgins. Mm-hmm. They're polite, they're feminine, they're submissive. And when you got a wife, she was a wife, not a boss babe, not a boss babe. None of this stupidity that's going on. So what's happened is female liberation has given you guys the liberation you want. But with every action comes a reaction.
But we live in a society where women believe they can go out there and live whatever life they want to live. And then when they're tired of living their life or they age out of that life and it's easy to live it, then they can come and settle down with you. That's why they don't want the nice guy, because the nice guy is for later when they don't want to play no more. They don't want to come out and just settle down from the beginning because they got to play. Why? Because we live in a society where everything is a damn game. Everything is a game. Everything is for fun. Everybody's just about having fun. Let's have fun. Let's have a blast. Let's do all of these things. And we'll just take the wounds from that on with us. So you meet a woman with 3 children by 3 men, or 4 children by 4 men, or 5 children by 8 men. And she still believes that you're supposed to marry her. And the problem is some fool will legally marry her.
And then you legally marry her, and then 10 years down the line, y'all ain't together no more. You got to pay child support for 5 kids that ain't yours, and she couldn't have no more kids when you met her because she got a tube tied.
Female liberation, guys realize they don't got to pay for the cow when they can get the milk for free. You guys created this. Yeah. So we got to take some accountability here. You can't complain about the state of men because men always acquiesce to the situation and adapt and innovate to get sex.
I'm telling y'all, man, listen. And this is not a knock on women. I don't want to put a knock on women or a knock on men. We're talking about what's going on in this society. And what's going on in this society is that women have decided that they don't need no man until their ass get older and realize, oh, I do need a man. And then you got those older women who say they still don't need no man. Well, see, here's the problem. If you don't need no man, go listen to some people talk about life without a man. If you don't need no man, why are you coming in relationship threads talking about you don't need no man? If you don't need no man, you don't count in this discussion. You're irrelevant in this discussion. That's what many men don't seem to understand. They don't think they can lose. They think they can play the game however they want to. They can break the rules, bend the rules, play by the rules, forget the rules. They can cheat. They can change the scoreboard. They can pay off the referees. They can do all of that, and they still feel like they can't lose.
This is my apartment after I came back home from Vegas. I had a convention in Vegas. I was gone the 2nd through the 7th, came home to my apartment completely wiped out. My husband left. He left me my jewelry here in this room here. And took everything else, including some items that belonged to solely me. He also took the washer and dryer out of here. I also took the bed, took everything out of here, cut off the internet service so I can no longer work from home. And then cleared out the closet here, which y'all come to like. Cleared out the closet here and left the wedding dress in here. I'll leave that right there for him.
A few moments later.
Where you have been made to feel this small all the time, where you need to change things about yourself, more times than not, when they're not satisfied with who you are, more times than not. If you've never been in a relationship like that, then you couldn't possibly understand the places I speak from. But all I ever wanted was for my husband to love me for me. So he holds on to things, but I'm more likely to let those things go. So I really feel like that's the reason why this hurts. It hurts the most. There's a bit of relief for me, to be honest.
When they hit that wall, then they realize all those times they cheated the game, all those times they had the opportunity to do the right thing and they didn't do it. When they were selling out on their teammates, when they were selling out on their coach, when they were going to the media talking crazy about their coach, telling me it ain't me, it's my teammates, it's my coach. Then they hit that wall and they come to the realization that it ain't what they thought it was. That her prime didn't last as long as she thought it did. That's why they come up with all these shaming. Either you weight shaming, or you face shaming, or you fat shaming, or you age shaming, or you tall shaming, or you short shaming, or you driving the wrong car shaming, or you education shaming, or you wig shaming, or you weave shaming, or you tattoo shaming, or you lip gloss shaming, or you nose ring shaming, or you ankle bracelet shaming, or you toe ring shaming, or you all these different shaming language things that they talk about. It's just what happens when they hit the wall and they don't want those things to be held against them. Body count shaming. She don't want it to be held against her that she got more miles than the Indy 500 race. She don't want that to be held against her. She don't want it to be held against her. She done let herself go and she ran looking like the Michelin Man little sister. She don't want that to be held against her because she didn't think she could lose.
She didn't think she could lose.
If a woman embarrasses you in public, who knows what she's doing to you behind closed doors? Be a man. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your right as a man to have a woman who respects you or have no woman at all. If you can't have a woman who respects you, then have no woman at all. It ain't a sin to have no woman at all. It ain't a crime to have no woman at all. Some of these dudes out here running around chasing out these women, they need to have no woman at all. All women have an early midlife crisis as they approach the downslope of their SMV. They either change their hairstyle drastically, or they go get some crazy tattoo, or they go through this spell where they just want to get ran through, or they start taking a bunch of girls trips, or they do something drastic. Sometimes they may bleach their skin. You just never know, man. They do so many things. They may go and get some body work done. They all hit we hit our midlife crisis in midlife. They hit that midlife crisis probably in their mid 20s to late 20s. They hit a midlife crisis. Think about where the ability to bear children starts. Now, we live in a society where, no, you don't start there unless you want to be behind one of themselves. But think about where the ability starts. By the time she's 27, 28, 29, 30, she's already at her midlife crisis point. Because you got to think about this. We hit our primes. As a man, your prime is 45 to 60. I promise you. The best year of a man's life. If you're in any kind of shape and got any kind of money, your best year in life is the 50th year. I know plenty of men who had and are having amazing years for that 50th. It's a milestone, and when you reach it and you've done the things that you need to do in life, hey man, these men are having phenomenal lives, man. They having phenomenal lives. They doing phenomenal things, man. They traveling where they want to go, man. They keep a bad young tender with them. I'm talking about bad. I'm talking about, man, early 20s, mid 20s. You know what I'm saying? Late 20s at the most. They moving, man. And I'm like, you know what? By that time, a woman is so subprime by that time that she don't even remember her prime. She ain't even trying to hold on to her prime no more at that point. And so you got to understand, in the end, you always win. It don't matter what you deal with a woman. Leave her. Because in the end, if you go focus on the things you need to focus on, in the end, we always win. So there's no need to be concerned about it. There's no need to keep up no fuss about it. There's no need to care about what a woman does. There's no need to care about where a woman goes. There's no need to care about who a woman is. Leave her, go back to your grind, and because you're going to win in the end regardless.